Should you invest in brilliant stars? Let's look at the numbers. Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be discussing the investability of brilliant stars. I will take you through the singles market, the sealed market, and I'll give you some predictions on where I think this set is headed in the next 5 years or so. Before we get into that, I'm doing a small giveaway for this video. I'm giving away 5 booster packs of brilliant stars. I will send them to you. All you have to do is find Larry from Paradox Rift. Larry is hiding somewhere in this video, so make sure you subscribe and then leave a comment telling me the timestamp of when you see Larry appear. Full details of the competition are in the caption of this video. Keep an eye out for Larry. So for anyone who's new to this, Brilliant Stars, it's the 9th expansion of the Sword and Shield era. It came out in February 2022, and it was a really well-received set. It introduced the V-Star mechanic, it introduced the trainer galleries to Sword and Shield era, and it also had some pretty insane pull rates, which I'm going to bring up for you here. So the first thing you're going to think when you see this is a comparison between Evolving Skies and Brilliant Stars. That is not the intention of this video. What I want to do here is I want to try and illustrate the value of Brilliant Stars in the market right now, and obviously Evolving Skies is the high watermark. So just humor me for a second here. Don't worry. So look at this. So Moonbryon. You've got Moonbryon coming out of packs, 1 in every 1,600 packs. The Charizard, the top Charizard chase card in here, is coming out 1 in every 490. So value-wise, I know you're thinking, well, Rob, what are you smoking, man? Like the Umbreon here is worth more by itself than all of the Brilliant Stars cards that you put on the screen on the left-hand side, and you're not wrong. But what I'm trying to illustrate is when you think about being a sealed investor, when you eventually go to sell this product, you're going to be either selling it to another sealed investor, or you're going to be selling it to someone who wants to open that product. And it's more than likely that they're going to want to open it. And when people want open product, especially when they're paying way over what that product originally cost, they want to have that oh wow moment. Whether it's in public on a stream or a box break or whatever, or in private with friends or by themselves, they want that chance to have that moment. And if you look at the cost, right? So right now, Evolving Skies booster boxes are $450-ish US. Brilliant Stars are 160. They're $160. So you've got basically pull rates that are 3 times as good in Brilliant Stars for the top chase cards, and the booster boxes cost a third of the price. If that continues down the road, people are going to say, you know what, yeah, I could rip some Evolving Skies, I get 1 booster of that, but I can get 3 Brilliant Stars and still pull some absolutely incredible cards. That's the way I look at it sometimes as an investor, right? So you've got to kind of think, what are people actually going to want to pay for at the same time as chase? And this set, I think, is undervalued right now where it's at. So let's look at the singles. I do want to talk about the value of the singles. I want to talk about the uniqueness of these singles, but also, as we go through this, the depth of this set, because it has some incredible depth to it. So we'll start off with Mr. Charizard, the top card on the set. Just an incredible artwork we have here. So you're standing from the vantage point of the trainer who has just unleashed this Charizard on this poor Venusaur. He is about to go and incinerate this dude. You've got 2 Gen 1 starters on here. You don't see too many cards, especially in the alternate art slot, that have 2 of those guys on there. Yes, there are a lot of this card out there. 7,600-ish PSA 10s. It's down 31% year over year. Show me an alternate art card that hasn't taken a steep dive at some point over the last year. It is up plus 4% in the last month. I have a price target on this card of 5 years. Sorry, a 5-year price target of 150. I think this card is going to do extremely well. I think people will keep coming back to it, especially because the Charizards with their silly crystal hats that keep coming out these days just don't hold a candle to these cards. So bottom line, people will keep chasing this Charizard card. I think it will do well. We have the Rainbow Zard in here as well, and I am a huge fan of rainbow cards, particularly for these top tier Pokemon. Rainbow cards are on the rise. They're not being made anymore. They're not, outside of whatever funky stuff they're doing in China. You're going to see a trend when you look up a lot of the rainbow cards that are actually up quite substantially percentage-wise. in the last little bit. They're not going to be like huge gains in terms of dollars, but percentage-wise, if you own multiple copies, you're laughing. So up 14% on this Rainbow Zard. I love it. It's one of my favorite Charizard cards. I have a raw price target of that in 5 years of $100. It's not all about Charizard, though. You have some gorgeous cards in here, including the God of War Pokemon Arceus. I've got 3 of them up on the screen for you now. Again, the Rainbow one, exceeding all expectations. We have a gorgeous alternate art in here. And the Gold card, Gold card's a little bit the opposite of Rainbows. They seem to be sliding a bit. And this Arceus as well, you could kind of say, well, they brought out a really gorgeous Gold Arceus in Crown Zenith. And that is very true. So still, you've got a lot of depth here on the legendary side, as we're going to continue to see with these Galarian Gold birds. So my question really is, and I've got some numbers up here to display kind of the rises and the falls of these. I don't put too much stock in what's happening over the short term. It's nice to see it because this is a set on the rise. But the reason I want to bring these birds up is, in the secret rare slot, when are you going to see Gold Galarian legendary birds again? I don't know. And these cards are absolutely gorgeous too. They're absolutely stunning cards. So they're around kind of like they're hovering between that $7 to $10 mark. I see them being $15 cards or maybe even $20 cards within the next 5 years. And that brings us to the set within a set, which is the Eeveelutions. Like, Brilliant Stars really does have that set within a set. It's crazy when you look at this depth. So we've got Umbreon with Karen in the V and V Max. We have Sylveon with Valerie in the V and V Max. These are stunning cards. And what I think is going to happen is, you know, if Moonbreon continues to go up and becomes more and more unattainable for people and it's priced out of the market, the collectors will look to these types of cards which have gorgeous artwork. They have fan favorite trainers on. You've got Umbreon and Sylveon on there. And they're going to say, well, you know what? I could just get a gorgeous Umbreon card that has Karen on it too. And, you know, it's like $20, $30. So I see these cards doing very well over the long term. You've also got, now in the trainer gallery, in your Eeveelutions, you've got Gary, your rival, with his Jolteon, with his Flareon, Vaporeon. You've got an Eevee on here as well. And I know these are only $2, $3 cards, but they are freaking awesome to pull. We talk about that oh wow moment that people want to have. I can tell you, I personally pulled 3 of these cards. I had that moment. I was like, oh wow, like these cards are incredible. They're absolutely gorgeous. Gorgeous artworks, gorgeous. This one, by the way, the Zekrom, this legendary with N, beautiful artwork. I don't know how it's only a $2 card, but it is. So on this depth train, when you guys are probably like, when is he going to stop talking about this? There's so much depth in this set. You got legendaries coming out of your ear rolls. You got the mythic Pokemon. You got Shaman in there. You got Entei. You got Raikou. You got a Raichu as well. Those obviously Raichu's not legendary. You've got some highly playable cards in the meta there, and then right in the middle you've got a full art Pikachu, the best Pokemon for everybody, right? The most popular Pokemon at least. Pikachu's right in the middle there, just hanging out. This set has incredible depth. The trainer cards. You know, Marnie, you know, people like Marnie, Roseanne, you know, she's basically an NPC. She has green hair. She's maybe looks a bit like Bulma. Maybe some of the horny nerds like that. I don't know. Cynthia's Ambition. Some people like Cynthia too. I'm not huge on these trainer cards driving the values long term, especially in the waifu department, like in Japanese sets. I just don't think the market's the same. But yeah, you've got some nice trainer cards in here as well. So, you know, to sum it up on the single side of things, I love the singles outlook. I love the depth in this set. I love the pull rates. I think people will keep coming back to Brilliant Stars for this reason. What's the outlook and what's kind of happening with the sealed product? So with booster boxes were riding high at around, you know, 180-ish coming into 2023, which really shows how loved that set was, that it increased so much. They did a big reprint, as they do, in March 2023. You can see prices kind of dropping off a cliff, but it's stabilized since, and it's starting to recover. In the last 3 months, we are up 9% on the booster boxes. I still think that's a decent entry point for this. Yeah, the best entry point is always $80 to $90 on these booster boxes, but I don't think you're getting anywhere close to that unless you're super lucky right now. I've got a 5-year target on this set of 510, which you may think is out to lunch. I don't care. You might think I've had too much apple juice. I have not. Pokemon's 30th anniversary is coming up. People are going to keep looking back to this set. Scarlet and Violet era is turning out mostly garbage in my opinion, and they are printing way too much of it. this set will be one that is looked back on fondly in years to come. The Elite Trainer Box. I hear a lot of talk about Elite Trainer Boxes being garbage investments. This one is up 15% in the last 3 months. If you buy Elite Trainer Boxes around 28 to 30 bucks, you will almost never lose. The question is, will you keep up with inflation? Look, I wish my investments on the personal side, my stocks had done quite as well as 15% in the last 3 months. So you tell me if Elite Trainer Boxes are bad or not. You've got some risks with this set. As with any set, there are risks. They could print more. I mean, hey, Pokemon are printing sets for PokeRev still from 20 years ago, right? I'm joking that they're obviously not doing that. It's a funny conspiracy theory, but yeah, you never know. They could do that and bring some more out. They could start to nail the Charizards, maybe. And Scarlet and Violet Era could actually start to put out some pretty good sets. So obviously there's some macroeconomic conditions that could put some downward pressure on people's spending habits, but you know, with rates kind of getting frozen and hopefully coming down later in this year, I think more people are going to have more money available for their discretionary spending, which includes hobbies, collectibles, and Pokemon cards. So what's the verdict on this set? I think it is undervalued. I think it is about to go on a tear. Maybe not tomorrow, but you know, over the next 9 to 16 months, I think you'll see some steady progress. I think it's primed for a breakout. I think it's underappreciated because of the depth and the pull rates. And I would say grab some and store it in a cool, dry place. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Remember, Pokemon investing should be a very small part of a well-balanced investment portfolio. It should not be your primary investment vehicle. Until next time, take it easy.